Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen, and today this video is part one of my writing series, Share My Journey. And what we're going to talk about today in this video is some of the symptoms that I've experienced. So for this video, you can see I left myself unkept so that you can see some of the physical changes that I've experienced with these health problems I'm having. So first off, back in the beginning, when I started taking the antibiotics, you can see in my article what I wrote about, some of the symptoms that I had. It all started with digestive problems, intestinal pains, food intolerances, allergies, and through the years, basically what it's developed into is more thyroid type symptoms. The biggest thing that I've experienced is the puffy eyes. You can see how puffy they are underneath. You can see more so when my head comes down. So this is called myxedema or facial swelling. This is a big symptom of hypothyroid function. Fatigue was one of the other big things I noticed. I started having trouble getting up in the morning. I was relying on coffee to stimulate myself. A lot of hair loss and breakage. My hair kind of looks full. People normally don't notice it when I tell them that I have this, but I kept my hair up in a ponytail because you can see a lot of the short hairs that I have. These are all broken hairs in the back of my hair. You can see all the short hairs here. This is because every time I get out of the shower or whenever I'm doing anything with my hair breaks very easily. If I take one strand and just slightly put tension on it, it will snap. So I've had a lot of hair loss and breakage. The other thing that I've noticed is I have developed an intolerance to cold. I am cold a lot of the times, especially when the weather is not very cold outside. So I'm in Southern California. If it gets into the high 60s, sometimes I want to be wearing a puffy jacket, like I'm living in the north. Another thing is muscle weakness. What I have developed basically has killed my fitness motivation. I'm very tired, my muscles feel weak, and when I do push myself, because I do push myself, I know I have to exercise, I experience weakness in my muscles. One of the biggest things that I've noticed is my legs start to feel like they're tree trunks, really big, and that's what I would tell people, that I feel like I'm carrying 2 tree trunks around. Nobody ever understood what that was. Another thing is joint pains. The only time I really ever experience this, because when I'm just resting, I don't feel any joint problems. But when I ride a bicycle, because a lot of times that's my alternative to running, because with running I get the muscle weakness in my legs. So I get on a bike, it's easier. And with the bike riding, a lot of times I'll start to have kind of a dull ache in my knees. I have noticed that. And weight gain is another big symptom of low thyroid function, which I have experienced a little bit of. I have good genetics as is, so usually I don't put on too much weight, but compared to what my normal set point is, I have put on some weight, particularly in the stomach region, which I believe I'm experiencing some insulin resistance at the moment. So it's also with that and possible some adrenal fatigue as well. So all these things are interrelated. What we tend to do is compartmentalize things, but in reality, all these systems affect one another. So you'll see as we go through Share My Journey, once I get the blood work, how we start to break this stuff down. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you want to share my journey, click the button and subscribe below. And I hope to see you in part 2.